See, because David had experienced the goodness and peace of God's presence, especially in the midst of trial and hardship. That's really where those things shine. He says that he shall, listen to this, he will spend the rest of his life in faithful expectation of God's goodness. Because David has tasted of God and has had that kind of intimacy with God, he will wait in faithful expectation of God's goodness every day, the rest of his life, regardless of circumstances. That is an invitation that is available to each and every one of us if we would trust and put our hope in God. Because ultimately, that's what's at the heart of it. His faith and trust in God, a result of experiencing God's mercy and grace, has built into David this very calm and very confident response. No matter what, God, I will trust you. Whether I am on a mountain or in a valley, whether it is a green pasture or the shadow of darkness, God, I will trust you. Because, church, if there's one thing that this last year taught us, is there's a lot of stuff in our life that we have no control over, right? And the more we try to hold on to the things that we have no control over, the more frustrated, the more stressed, the more unsatisfied our lives become. And David, all these thousands of years ago, look, he gives us this solution, this answer. He says, no matter what, regardless of my external circumstances, God, I will trust you. Because it does not matter what is going on around me. There is this table in the middle of it that you invite me to, that you are in control of, because you are the God of the universe. And you prepare for me and put upon that table every single thing I could possibly need, things that can never be taken away from me, no matter what happens. It's amazing. I will trust you in the presence of my enemies, in the shadow of death. God, I will trust you as a sheep trusts a shepherd. And it's because of that trust that David finds true satisfaction. But it would be so easy to be able to gloss over this verse and miss this word pursue. Like we would do ourselves a disservice if we didn't take at least a little bit of time to look at this word pursue. Because for so many of us, I've heard it so many times, people feeling like God is near to us, God is far from us. I don't know, this kind of thing, almost as if God is doing this back and forth with us, moving away and coming closer. Guys, the truth is, God is only ever moving in one direction, directly to you, always pursuing you. It makes me think of the parable Jesus told of the 99 sheep that the shepherd left behind to go after the one. God is only ever moving towards you, never away. It's us that moves away. It's us that goes near and pulls far. God is only ever pursuing. And so my question for you this morning is this: are you ready to let the pursuit stop? Are you ready in a place where you're ready to accept what it is that God has for you? Are you ready to give up the seemingly endless chase of trying to find or create satisfaction in your life from drawing water from shallow wells, seeking life where there is none? I mean, remember what the angels told the Marys at the tomb. Why do you seek for the living amongst the dead? How many of you are tired of looking for life in places of death, where there is no life, where there is nothing to be offered, where there is no peace and calm and satisfaction? Are you ready for another way? Because there is an invitation available to you. Are you ready, even in the presence of your enemies, to take a seat at God's table and simply bask in his glory and goodness, regardless of your external circumstances? There is no better time than today to accept this invitation, friends, to find God's perfect grace and peace and satisfaction.